Hey, welcome to the Cutting Edge. What's happening, y'all? It's Al Roundtree, your host of the Cutting Edge, and I am the man of the day. You know why? Because it is your boy's birthday. It's my birthday, yes it is. And so, so honored, man, and just blessed to have another birthday. First of all, with everything that's going on right now in this place that we live in, and I just feel honored, and I want to thank everybody for the love that I received, the phone calls, text messages, stuff on Instagram, everybody reaching out to me on Facebook. I just want to thank all of you for reaching out and saying what's up and happy birthday to me, man. I really, truly appreciate it. Love all of you. But also it's our Talk on Tuesday. It's our Talk on Tuesday right here on the Cutting Edge on 1540 AM. 101.7 on your FM dial, and that's where we at. You can also call in. Please feel free to give us a call today. We're going to be having some fun today, man. One of my favorite subjects is we're talking about some cigars. So you can reach us at 281-587-1540. That's 281-587-1540. And today, I got my man right here, one of the managing partners, founder of Emperor's Cut Cigars. Yes, sir. My man just blessed me with a box. So y'all who out there, hey, go cop that. Go get that. Got my man, Mr. Darnell Street in the building. How you doing, Darnell?
I'm doing good, Al. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great, man. First of all, well, thank you for my birthday gift. I got my birthday gift. Yes, you guys actually will believe I will be smoking these.
It's my pleasure.
So, yeah, man. So the cigar business, huh? This your thing, huh? Your Emperor's Cut, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How long has the company been around?
We've been around since 2017, our inception. I have 6 partners, and we spent better part of a year trying to get the company together.
Okay, all right. So tell me what inspired, why the name Emperor's Cut, first of all?
Wow. So I came up with Emperor's Cut because we thought of it from this perspective. Back in the day, the emperor got the first harvest, which represented the best of the harvest. So we thought about it and said, hey, we want to develop a cigar that is literally the best cigar in the industry, at least from our perspective. But more importantly, we want it for the everyday cigar enthusiast, so that they can smoke it. It's priced right, it's great quality, and you don't think twice about picking it up.
Okay. Now, how long have you been in a cigar? Been a cigar lover. Like, how long you been smoking?
I've been smoking cigars probably for about 24 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like the regular guys. The guys get together and smoke. So I've come through all the stages, smoking stuff because I'm supposed to. Other stuff that somebody said that's good. I said yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm like really, it's not.
Yeah.
But I can't say it.
Okay. All right. Cool, man. Well, these things look beautiful, man. Thank you so much again. I want to thank you and Emperor's Cut for the sticks, guys. Listen to this. Don't get mad. Hey, go get you something. Don't get mad. Go get you something. Right here, the Emperor's Cut, man. I'm definitely going to enjoy these now. Is this the only cigar that you guys have under your brand, under your label?
Great timing. We actually have our Emperor's Cut Natural Pleasure line is what you have is a medium to full body blend out of Nicaragua.
Okay.
We just developed a new cigar line called the Jazz Series, and that's going to be coming out of the Dominican Republic, and we're looking to take possession of that inventory any day. It got slowed down a little bit with the COVID-19, but everything's boxed up and ready to go. It's just trying to get some wings under it to get it to our factory.
So, and that's called the Jazz.
It's called the Jazz Series.
The Jazz Series. Now, what is the other one? What was the first one?
This was called Emperor's Cut, the Natural Pleasure Series.
This is a Natural Pleasure. Okay. Now, tell me, for our cigar smokers out there and people who may want to go buy some for your friends or whomever, there's really an art to a cigar, right? There's a whole art and a science to it. And that a lot of people don't understand. I truly enjoy them. One, because they're all natural.
Right.
They don't come with the chemicals that you find in other nicotine products and anything like that at all, right?
Exactly. You're exactly right.
Okay. Now, some people, there's a conception perception that, cigarettes are just as bad as having a cigar or having one. I heard somebody told me this the other day, like having one cigar was like having, 2 packs of cigarettes. Now, I know that not to be true, but what you are in the business So tell me your thoughts and theories, or if you got any facts on that.
So here's what I would say. You know, you're not supposed to inhale. You know, like cigarette smokers do, they inhale.
Right,
all the way
absolutely.
through. You know,
Absolutely.
You keep it in your mouth. We try to keep it simple. We actually teach people how to smoke cigars, and we run classes, and we say just kind of keep it in your mouth and blow it out. So I'm gonna leave some of this to the scientists, but we know that we haven't had any issues in the 20-some years that we have been smoking cigars as a group. Everybody on my team, we are cigar lovers. I don't think we have anybody on the team that's been smoking cigars for less than 10 years.
Okay. All right. Now, cool. Now, here's what. Now, you got to tell us about this stick, right? Like this. Which. Now, this is not the Jazz. This is
the Natural Pleasure.
the
line.
Natural Pleasure. Okay. So tell me about this one. Tell me what's the leaf on it? Where is it from?
So it's from Nicaragua.
Okay. It's got a Nicaraguan leaf
It's
on
got
it.
a Nicaraguan leaf, and so
This thing smell good too.
it's a medium body blend. The Ecuadorian wrapper,
Okay.
and the filler and binder are from Nicaragua.
Okay. So it's all Nicaraguan except for the Ecuadorian.
Except for the Ecuadorian wrapper.
Except for the Ecuadorian wrapper.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, this thing smells.
And we named it Natural Pleasure because we
Ooh.
felt like that once we spent a couple years developing the blend, that it was so good that all you would get was natural pleasure out of it.
There it is, man. That is awesome, man. So what, help people understand, like let's dig into these cigars. I mean, I love cigars, first of all. Like, I love, for me, it is a medium to full body. I'm typically a Maduro.
Right.
So this is right up my alley,
Right.
right here with the Natural Pleasure. You get the natural pleasure
Natural
out of it.
pleasure.
Absolutely. But I love different types of cigars at different times. Like, you got some people that have the breakfast cigar, like, and stuff like that. And what is your favorite?
So my favorite cigar?
Yeah.
So quite naturally, it's Natural Pleasure, Empress Cut Natural Pleasure. But at the end of the day, here's kind of how we look at it. We're a little bit different in that we are on the journey for the ultimate experience with our cigar and any other cigar that we can find. So one of my favorites is Liga Privada number 9. We love smoking that. Several people on the
Liga?
team,
Yeah.
the Liga.
Yeah.
We Hoya de Nicaragua has a series of cigars that we like. We smoke everything, so we do a lot of research on the weekend. But we're cigar lovers, so
Right.
we don't have one particular cigar, and we ask our customers, say, look, just give us a try and let us get into your rotation. We don't
Okay,
want you to
okay.
stop smoking anything else.
Right. And as a cigar smoker, well, I don't know about you. I know a lot of guys that, my guys, you have your loyal brands that you follow and that
Right.
that you smoke on, or particular sticks that
Exactly.
you like, right? And you're going to stay in your lane. Now, you may be willing to experiment and venture off, but you're going to have your bucket, like you said, your
Right.
group or your rotation, your roster of cigars that you're going to be good with, and that fits in your mold, and kind of where you
Oh,
are.
yeah. And another one I like is Mascalino.
Okay.
And so
Yeah,
Mascalino
Mascalino.
makes a nice series of cigars. And so whenever I get a chance, I try to smoke those as well. I'm a very situational smoker. So like you were saying, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So I'm here chopping it up with you. You tell me cigar you like, I'll say, hey, that sounds good. Let's go smoke that,
Right,
So
right.
it just really depends on the mood.
Right, absolutely. Now, yeah, absolutely. So it's definitely very uber important to that. So, I mean, prior to this, what I know you said you got with a group of friends, and you guys started this whole thing, but was it like you guys were just hanging out a lot? Like what? And then to get to a point now, man, I knew it had to feel like a real accomplishment when y'all got that first order, that shipment of boxes that came in that had the labels on it, that had the brand on the box, and all of that, man. How did that feel?
Al, this is how I say it. It was like giving birth to my first child. Empress Cut Natural Pleasure line, when we went through all the FDA process and trying to raise capital and all that, when we finally got to where we got the first batch of sticks, I just laid on the box. The outer box where it was shipped in. Didn't even touch the boxes. I just laid on it. I just said, this has been 18 months almost to get to this point. And so it just felt really good. Matter of fact, I'm glad you asked, because every time somebody asks me, I give the same response. I still can feel it right here, because it was a labor of love. We got into the business because we actually thought, like a lot of people that love cigars, we think we could do it better. We found part of what we like in one cigar, another part in another cigar. We said, won't we just figure out how to put it all in one cigar?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how we came up with Empress Cut Natural Pleasures. We smoked a lot of different cigars, and we started writing down the flavors, the notes, and then we started what we call getting into the laboratory and just cooking up blends.
Okay.
And we were working with different master blenders to try to come up with the right mix. Most of them said no. Hey, would you work with us? Click. Okay, really? I guess not.
Wow.
And the other joy we have is several of these major companies that we were trying to work with. Last summer, we actually visited some of their factories, and now they're asking for us to do business with.
Wow.
So that actually was the second part that made me feel good.
Wow. Yeah, that is a huge accomplishment, man. You know, to be able to take, your idea, your vision, your concept from a piece of paper or ideation that you guys had, and then to see it come through to fruition is definitely, like you said, it's like, having your first child, or you just being so proud in that moment, because you put in so much time, to get there, man. So I definitely can appreciate and simply enjoy with you just to hear that, man. It's just truly that's inspiring and motivating in itself.
I got a funny story, Al. I had a guy. I was in Norfolk, Virginia at MEAC tournament doing some business and stuff. I had a guy come up to me, and we were just talking a little bit, and somebody said, "That's the Empress Cut guy." He told that to his buddy. His buddy said, "Empress Cut." So he came up and said, "Hey, Empress Cut?" I said, "Yeah, I'm the founder of Empress Cut." "That's the Empress Cut guy." And he ran over and got two more people and wanted to take my picture. And I'm like, who want to take a picture with me?
Right. Wow.
So it was pretty funny, because that started happening to the team a little bit over time, because we travel a lot. We foot soldiers. We give our cards out. We're everywhere. You name it. We're in the grocery store. We had lounges around the country. We have football games, basketball games, and we're accessible to everybody. And I think that's part of our success, is that we talk to our customers every week. They got my phone number. They'll call me from South Carolina, Florida, Utah, California, and sometimes late at night chop it up with me and say, "I'm on the back porch, and I'm smoking your cigar, and I'm just having a wonderful time." And I say, "Man, send me a picture, man, because I got an idea of what that feels like."
Right, man. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. That's a unique thing too. It's so much to have a real experience with your customer, right? And so to have that kind of connectivity to them is really ideal. It's hard, especially as you guys grow and things like that. But to be able to have that kind of connectivity to your customer, I'm sure that's an experience that they don't get with any other brand, right? You can't just call Arturo Fuente and just say, hey, or any of these other major brands in terms of cigars, and be able to do that, man. And so I think that really goes a long way, and I applaud you for doing that.
And now we thought that would be our edge, exactly like you were saying. These other guys, you can't really touch them unless you're at an event like the Big Smoke. You can go over, take a picture real quick. But we said, hey, they got more cash than we got. What can we do? It's 7 of us. We're going to shake some hands and kiss some babies.
Right, absolutely.
And that's what we've been doing for 3 years.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So where are the the sticks being distributed right now? Like, where are you guys at?
So we sell online at empresscut.com. You can find our cigars, and then we sell through lounges up and down the East Coast. So we go distributed through lounges in your general area. Most cigar shops and lounges should know about Empress Cut. Okay, all right. Well, man, how hard was it to get here? I know you said it was a labor of love, but how challenging? Then you had 7 guys all working together. Like, I know that's a challenge in and of itself. Yeah, right. And I've got one lady on my team. If she hears this, she'll knock me out. Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and shout her out. We don't want no problems. We don't want no problems with her. Be over getting texts. Absolutely. Let her know now. What's her name? Timely Bush. Timely Bush. Hey, Timely. We let you know. We know all about you, Timely. Exactly. It was. We spent about 9 months just doing paperwork.
Okay.
We developed a blend. We spent another 3 to 4 months. Once we got the blend developed, trying to find the right factory that would reproduce our blend for us in the way that we wanted it.
So when you say you spent 9 months doing paperwork, what type of paperwork was it?
Meeting FDA compliance.
Okay.
Forming the corporation, financial records, trying to work with banks for funding, long-term and short-term funding, so that we could implement our vision. We put a business plan together, a 3 and 5 year business plan together that was centered around growing the brand, with the cigar being at the center. And so we wanted to spend time getting the cigar launched. So when we started, we had one cigar size, which is the size you have.
What gauge is this?
52 ring gauge by
52.
6.5.
Okay.
And we stuck with that for a year before we brought out more sizes.
And again, let me show everybody who's watching on Facebook and streaming and stuff like that. So when you, and this is a Toro.
Yes, sir.
And so when you guys started and you doing the paperwork at the beginning, I'm just interested to know, did you have a cigar idea in terms of what the stick would be at that point, or were you guys only just in the back end just doing all of the building in order to get to a place to start working on the cigar?
So we had an idea. We had an idea, and we have an internal company phrase when we were going through that process, that we love the blend that we have so much that if nobody else will smoke them, we will.
Okay.
So we felt confident
All
that we could sell this cigar because we feel like we represent the average guy and the average lady cigar smoker. So we went through that process, and we just started building around that concept, putting in the business entity, the corporate structure, the banking, creating relationships with the factories, creating the marketing plan.
But like you said, but you had your stick already.
We had our
So
stick
now
already.
it was just going ahead and creating a business around the stick. Okay.
And we got a lot of rejections. I mean, banks, factories, larger factories, because a lot of the factories do contract manufacturing. You'd be surprised the number of cigars that are not one-to-one, meaning X cigar has a factory. They don't. A number of them are contracted out, just like outsourcing of anything else.
Right.
Cigars are starting to consolidate a lot. Even in the tobacco fields, getting the leaves, the number of farms are starting to shrink a little bit. So it's getting bigger companies are buying up the small ones.
I got you. But I asked you where you guys were and what that process looked like, because I think it's important for people to understand. Sometimes, when they're starting businesses, we typically like to, try to get everything, the whole infrastructure together sometimes, but it's also important to start conducting the business. Right. So you guys started conducting the business as you were doing the paperwork, as you were doing all those other things, right?
Right. We were conducting the business. We had the blend going. Actually, my partners are spread out around the United States. I was in Puerto Rico doing some business at the times. So wherever I travel, I just have my sample sticks sent to me. And we do video calls and smoke, and we created a sheet. One of the things that we're really good at is process. We put processes together to identify the different things that we want, and the factory, we sent over to the factory what our QA needed to be like and what we wanted, and they came back and called and said, we have major companies that don't put this amount of details in the QA. Like, I can track, if you have a bad cigar from me, I can track it back down to the person that rolled it.
Wow.
Within 200 cigars.
Wow, really?
Yes,
that's
because
awesome.
I know the output of every roller. I know where they sit. I know who they are. And so we can track back, and we have lot numbers on our boxes. When you look at that box, it has a lot number on it. So I actually can tell you what time frame it was produced. And so we tried to, so my background is in procurement, manufacturing, and logistics. And so we tried to take our corporate experience and roll it into the cigar business. We've got people on our team, sales team. We got Greg and Daryl in sales. We got Timley, that's process and computers. We got Maurice, who's in logistics. We got Robert, who's an attorney. And so we have a number of people on our team that have different skill sets, and we combined all those together to have everybody has their lane of responsibility.
Right, man. Y'all like the Power Rangers, like y'all.
Yeah.
Man, does everybody unite?
Hey, we soldiers. We are
That's all
great
right,
soldiers.
man.
You know, I
That
used to
is
be in the
all right.
Air Force, so I drive them hard.
Okay,
I tell them, I said, we're
okay.
going to attack and take the land.
Hey, absolutely, absolutely. But you know that's great that you do that, because that's what makes a powerful team, especially
Right.
when you got everybody who's, you know, their expertise and they stay in their lane in terms
Right.
of what their field is, or their field of whatever they're bringing to the table in terms of how we're doing this. That's so important
Right.
when you developing a company or you working on anything, you know, that's team related. Anything
Absolutely. And one of the big things for us, we have no ego.
Yeah.
We take ideas from everybody. When we have events, we normally come away with 3 or 4 ideas. We don't use all of them. Some of them we can.
Right.
And literally 9 months later, we're like, hey, one of our customers brought this up. So I'll give you an idea. We were developing a new cigar, and one of our customers liked the cigar, but we were in there blending cigars and smoking till we were about to pass out, and we were missing something. So I'm in Esteli, pick my cell phone up, and I talked to the guy that's in my lounge, and I said, Walt, what do you like about that cigar? Just start talking to me. He said, earthiness. Earthiness. Give me more. Cedar. Boom. That's what we're missing. I'm literally in the window, and I can send you a picture of it. I turn back around like, we're missing cedar. Tell the roller to go back there and put some cedar in there. Put it in a cedar box. And then we came back. It let us sit for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it slowly started going in the direction that we wanted. We're not quite there yet because we keep a lot of cigars in what we call in our research mode.
Okay.
So every month we're smoking, you know, some test cigars. Most we don't like, some we do like. But we're explorers, man. We're always trying to put stuff together and make it something different, because we said we have to weave outside the lanes.
Right.
If we go do what the big guys were doing,
Right.
then we'll probably lag behind.
Right. But you know what? I know it's a lot of fun y'all having as y'all create them cigars.
Oh yeah, we do a lot of pairing.
I bet y'all do.
Yeah, Uncle Nearest, you
bet
name
y'all
them. We got great relationships with the spirit companies.
I bet. We're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about that because, I mean, I think that's important to know. For, like, people who like cigars, I don't even know what it is for me. But when I have a cigar, I have to have a cocktail. Like, you got to have, like, I can't just have a cigar and have, like, a glass of water. Like, I just can't do that. Like, it has to be a cocktail. Now, I am not the, traditional cigar smoker in that, it's got to be whiskey or bourbon or one of those. Like, I love vodka, so my thing is it's going to be a vodka cocktail. That's just me. Call me what you want. That's just what it's going to be for me. Like, that's what I like.
You know what we say at Empress Cut? You like what you like.
Yeah.
And I can give you all the notes in the cigar, but why? Because you need to figure out what you want. We have cocoa and coffee and spice, and after it's fermented, it has its own natural flavor to it. But if you don't pick up the cocoa, that's okay.
Right.
Whatever makes you feel good. Now, you need to come hang out with me in my lounge. Here's why.
Man, listen.
I hang with some of the best craft spirit people in town. So we have no shortage of drinks.
What?
And if we don't have it,
man, listen.
if we don't have it, they'll make it.
They'll make it. Listen, man, you asked for trouble. That sounds like a real good time right there. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take you up on it.
You need to take me up on that.
I definitely will. But explain to our listeners about how important what some cocktails or particular spirit means, and when you're pairing them with a particular stick, like what is that like, and why do we do that?
Yeah. So. We normally will pair our cigar with a lot of different spirits, but just to give you an idea, some people like scotch, the notes in the scotch, and what will happen in general is our cigar, the characteristics of it and the notes are enhanced. The spice, the coffee are enhanced depending on the type of spirit. I'll give you an idea, and I just learned this. We did a pairing with Remy Martin, and we had cinnamon and ginger, and we just bit the ginger, and the ginger had the Remy Martin, smoked the cigar on top, and when we smoked the cigar on top of the Remy Martin, everything just became very robust to the point where, so on the side, we'll actually infuse some cigars. I went back and infused our cigar with some ginger.
Okay, really?
It was amazing.
Wow.
That's kind of our little side hobby. When we'll annoy you because when you're smoking with us, we're like, hey, you pick that note up? you pick up that chocolate?
Yeah.
You pick up that coffee?
Yeah.
So you're like, man, I'm trying to smoke my cigar.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Al, what'd you taste today? So we're gonna annoy you. You have to tell us to shut up because everybody on the team, we searching for the next idea.
Right.
And literally, we're explorers.
Absolutely.
So we're searching.
That's good.
But the pairing part, we always just tell our customers, just take your time, find your favorite spirit, and just allow yourself to close your eyes and just taste those notes. And that way you can figure out what's best for you. But typically, the different spirits will enhance the cigar.
Man, that's awesome. I know, because I know they do for me.
Yeah.
That's definitely what it is for sure. I don't know if I'm a connoisseur as much as you are. I don't know. I could definitely tell the difference between sticks, and I could definitely do that. But picking up other notes and stuff, I can't say. I don't even know if I'm about all that.
All right.
I just, like for me, it's important how it pulls.
Right.
So the how smooth it may be. Even some of the experience that you have, when you blowing out the smoke and all of that, like all of that to me is the experience for me, when it comes to having a cigar. Right.
And Al, I'm just a regular guy. My palate is good, but I actually have to practice. So my team has a great palate. And so we share experiences and notes they get. Sometimes I have to write down, I'm like, I don't feel that. I don't taste that.
Exactly.
And I have to ask them. And what I'm learning is some of the notes are light. And so the heavier notes, say the coffee's heavier, then I can taste the coffee, but maybe not the cinnamon, maybe not the spice. So I literally have to work at it, which makes me work harder.
So so really, cigars are next to, I guess, almost kind of like a wine, right? Like in terms of breaking down the science of it, even from a taste and experience standpoint.
See, Al, you know more than you lead me to believe. So believe it or not, we built our cigar around like tasting wine, the notes, the flavor, the pairing. We took the same identical kind of format and said, when we go out in public, we're going to treat it just like wine and try to break those 3-4 notes apart so people can see and taste it on their tongue, the sweet side of your tongue, the sour side, so that you get those different flavor profiles in your mouth. So that's why we stay away from saying you should have exactly this flavor tasting, because your palate might be slightly different than mine, and you may pick up a cherry note and I'm picking up an apple note. And so we stay away from saying you're wrong. We just say, hey, here's how you do it. And here's, now what do you taste?
Right.
And if you say I taste cherry, like, that sounds good to me.
You have anybody ever say they tasted something, you're like, man, that's not even in it.
We hear
When you get out of here with that, I taste cocoa. Man, there's not even no cocoa in this thing.
We hear everything. Man, I got elderberry. I got this. We're like, that's great. That's real good.
Those old pretend scientists.
We used to be real protective. Like, no. Look at the sheet. This is what you're supposed to taste. Did we do something wrong? And then after about a year, we said, hey, that's good.
Yeah.
You taste that? That's good.
That's all right, man. That's all right, man. Well, listen, we're going to talk some more about these cigars and definitely how it's impacted, everything that's been going on in the country.
Sure.
With COVID and, the cultural crisis, just everything we've been facing, how it's impacted you and the business. So we're going to take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Cutting Edge right here on Edge Radio Network. Again, you can give us a call, 281-587-1540. It's 281-587-1540. We're listening on 1540 AM or 101.7 on the FM dial or the edgeradionetwork.com. Go there and check us out, too. We're streaming. All right, we'll be right back.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio. Because truth still matters.
We work our
Edge Radio Network, where we have conscious conversation.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
And Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love Edge Radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not jumping. Yes.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio. Because truth still matters. Been feeling a little edgy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
Between the ages of 0 and 5, a child's mind is very impressionable. Researchers call it the theta brainwave. This low frequency is the state of consciousness between the conscious and subconscious worlds. In this state, the mind is capable of deep and profound learning, healing, and growth. There is a subconscious loop that's created during these early years. Who you believe you are has been downloaded based on experiences that you have had. A bad experience could create fears and limitations. Do you love who you are? Do you believe in yourself? The reality is that you can't control your childhood. All you can do is interpret it. You can choose to see your good and your value. Try this experiment. Project forward. See yourself at 80 years old. Now you have lived a lifetime. What advice would you have for your younger self? What risks would you have taken? What relationships would you have avoided? Did you celebrate life? Did you allow yourself to feel? To be present? Your 80-year-old self would tell you to not live in fear, to have faith that things will work out, that all you have to do is persist until you succeed. Your 80-year-old self would tell you to stay healthy, to take care of your body. And it would ultimately tell you to share your gifts with the world. Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge.
All right, and welcome back. It's Talk on Tuesday. Not to mention your boy birthday. Hey. Now, anyway, man. But more importantly, I got my guest, Mr. Darnell Street, with us from Emperor's Cut Cigars. Beautiful cigar, man, that he got, this Natural Pleasure cigar, and then he got the new one coming out. It's called the Jazz.
The Jazz.
The Jazz series, man. Looking forward to trying that, man. I can't wait to dig into this box of cigars, and man, we were talking about the culture of the cigar, cigar enthusiasts while we were on the break a little bit, and just talking about how people really. Not just cigars, but they can make a lifestyle out of a true culture, out of whatever their interest might be, whether it be cigars or wine or sports or cars or whatever, man. And it's interesting when you see people who I guess they find that thing,
right,
and they all in. Right. They're all into it, man. But, now, they're them being all in right now is really being limited and being tested because of this whole COVID thing.
Absolutely.
So, how did COVID impact you in Emperor's Cut?
Great question. So we're a very social business. So we're in right under 100 lounges up and down the East Coast. We do events, biker events, all kinds of sporting events. And COVID, we were at the MEAC basketball championship in Norfolk, Virginia, and we got in on a Wednesday, had several events to do, and by Thursday we had 0. And by Friday, our calendar had been shut down for the rest of 2020.
Wow.
Inside of 3 days, we went from having a packed schedule to nothing, and we had to reinvent ourselves online. We sell online about 20 to 25% of our product. But we like to have the face-to-face interaction with our customers because, like you and I have been saying, smoking cigars is very social. Mm-hmm. So we had to spend about a week to 10 days just really beefing up our website and moving our business to online, changing all our advertising, changing our contacts, moving over to Zoom like everybody else, doing virtual cigar events, partnering with spirit companies, and just really trying to replace, 75 to 80% of our income.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
And we're still working on it.
Wow, man. Wow, that's crazy, man. This COVID thing has definitely had a true impact on all of us.
Yes.
Obviously. It still is, right? It still is, and things aren't back to normal yet, man. But things are slowly getting there, man. You know what, man? I jumped ahead of myself, Darnell, okay? Because we're doing this new thing right here at the show. Okay. And, we're trying to have a little fun with it and things like that, man. So yesterday, what I did, we started out with a different question, and that question was yesterday about what was your favorite Kool-Aid. Now, I'm going to ask you that just out of fun because I'm just interested to know. What was your favorite Kool-Aid flavor?
Cherry.
Red, there it is. Red. See, red. Okay, red. See, now remember Bree yesterday, my boy yesterday, Lawrence Nelson, just this dude, he talking about tropical. What is it, tropical punch or something? Like, what? Dude, I didn't know that was a flavor. Like, you know what I mean? But, okay, so now your question for the day, though, right? Okay. So we talked about pairing the cigar with a good drink, right? With a good spirit of whatever your taste is, based on, their flavor, mine, vodka. What you like to take, what's your fave if you had to go with one? What would it be?
For today, my favorite would be a rum called Bamba.
A rum called Bamba.
Bamba, it's got a bit of a banana flavor in the background. Okay. And it is magnificent.
See, now you breaking down spirits though. See what I'm saying? Like you not only are you breaking down cigars, but now you breaking down.
And I know you're gonna ask me, I'd have brought some.
see, listen, man. Yes, we supposed to be at a party. It's absolutely. Next time is a celebration. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, absolutely. But okay, so you got your drink, you got your Bamba, you got your Emperor's Cut, right?
Emperor's Cut.
So, who you listening to now? Now here we go. Here's where we gonna go. Now I want people online. Feel free to chime in, call in, whatever. who you listening to? It's an age-old question. You gonna listen to I'm gonna give you we're gonna do a versus. I'm just gonna leave it with that one. Mike or Prince? Who you listening to? Age-old question.
Prince.
Prince? You got Prince.
I got Prince.
Over Mike.
I'm a complex guy. You put me in a box. Because if I'm going to break it down, I'm not going to do it.
I already know you're going to break it down because you done broke down all the notes. You done went over the rum with the banana in the background.
So I'm going to start off with Lil Prince because depending on, like you said, how my day was going, and then I'm going to just work my way into some Mike, depending on later in the afternoon.
Okay.
Moonlit night. In the backyard.
Okay, that's how you feeling.
Yeah, I might be feeling like that. Okay. And then when you call me and we go kick it might be something else.
Right. But if you just chilling at the crib, Mike or Prince, who you putting on? Go. You got to choose one.
I'm gonna put on Prince, man.
You rocking with Prince?
I'm gonna rock with Prince.
Okay, all right. See, that's how I lose a lot of friends, man. I'm just want to put that out there. That was a loaded question, man.
I know. I can tell the way you was pushing it. I started to change.
I tried to let you answer it again. I went back to it again.
But I didn't want you to think I was weak.
Okay.
So I had to stay with my ass.
All right. You stayed with your scrimp. I get it. I get you stayed with your scrimp. Okay, absolutely, man. But no, that's cool, man. That's cool. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. So even just coming up, Michael Jackson was just my era. So like, if I had to choose between the two, I'm picking Mike. Some people I've seen the different list of their songs compared to one another. And then they do the little battles and all that. And for me, Mike always wins. I just don't even care. It don't even matter.
See, because it's your show, I had to answer in your format that you give me. But if I had my way,
I appreciate it.
I would be rocking with some Coltrane.
Okay. Absolutely.
I walking with some Coltrane on that nice night with that bumper.
Okay.
And just kind of letting my thoughts go all over the place.
Vibing.
Studying, like, I know Al going to ask me what kind of music I like tomorrow. So let me just get my mind right.
Get ready to break it down.
Break it down.
Absolutely, man. That's cool, man. I'm sure a lot of people are doing that right now, especially chilling with their cigars and their spirit of their choice. Listening to Michael Jackson, hopefully, you know what though? I'm outside of the verses, man, for real. Like I like, Stevie Wonder. Like Stevie Wonder's an all-time classic for me. So, you could never go wrong with Stevie.
Right.
And even some of the other old school groups and artists and stuff like that, man. But I'm sure a lot of people are doing that, like you said, because of this whole COVID thing, having to restructure and rethink, their business or pivot. Right now, I think it's so important to be able to do that. So how has Emperor's Cut or your organization pivoted given what's going on?
No, we've great work. We had to pivot. We had to move from a social environment to a non-social environment. So we've used Zoom. Most Wednesdays and Fridays we have virtual pairings with our cigars with different spirits on a Friday or on a Wednesday. We have a virtual happy hour. We have an event where we'll bring retired athletes on.
Okay.
And we talk about what they're doing today, and they happen to be cigar lovers.
Okay.
So we bring them on, and they give us their story, and our listeners or our customers get to listen to their story. Yeah. So we've had to be very creative. Like right now, we're trying to figure out how to have a virtual private jazz concert with our customers.
Okay.
We haven't figured it out yet. We've got a couple different artists, and we're just trying to figure out what's the best experience.
Right, man. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I mean, that's definitely pivoting, given these times, and taking advantage of the platforms and the technology that's out there to help maximize, the brand, the awareness for the brand, and staying connected to your customers is important.
No, you're exactly right. And we the cigar environment is very limited in terms of advertising and stuff like that. So even on a bright, shiny day, we only got a couple of venues that we can use. So from an exposure standpoint, we actually are doing better because we can now use Zoom in a private setting. It's our Zoom. We talk about, hey, we're going to have, some entertainment or some athletes or a pairing. and 40, 50, 60 people come onto a Zoom call, and we do that twice a week, we're actually getting better penetration on a one-to-one than if we had been at an event with 100 people.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's the impact that guys get to have, right? Like
so to your point, using the technology, the impact is greater, but the crowd is smaller, and it translates into sales.
So sometimes, it's about quality versus the quantity, right?
Exactly.
So, and that is definitely a situation where you guys put that into play.
And we've been fortunate in the other area. We reach people in California, New York that can come onto a Zoom call versus me scheduling an event in California, jump on a plane, try to make it happen in 2 to 3 days, keep my fingers crossed we did enough advertising.
Right.
We're here, if I miss the mark,
right.
I can just try it again in another week.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. That's cool, man. Have you or the company done any other things pivoting as a result, new stuff that you guys are working on or doing?
Well, myself, I have another company, a logistics and mask company, PPE, personal protection company, personal protective equipment company. So my partners in that business, we have been providing hand sanitizers and masks. My background again is in procurement, so we've been working to get product from around the world in. And we've been fortunate. We've had the opportunity to have some discussions with individuals in Liberia to help them out in preparedness for COVID-19. So we get satisfaction out of that from both our companies as our community involvement.
Okay, so what is the name of that company?
It's called ISG Solutions Group.
Okay, ISG Solutions. Now we want to support because it's the blackout today, which I don't know about how I should feel because the blackout was on my birthday. Like I was at first, I thought they were saying don't spend any money, so I was like, wait a minute, what? Like no, we can't do that on today. Like no, not today. Like spend no money. Like okay, wait a minute. But they brought it in, they reeled it back and said, we're just gonna support black businesses. So I want to make sure that people can, obviously with Emperor's Cut, we want folks to reach out for gifts and things like that, and even for their own experience and taste, because I definitely can't wait to dive in myself. I'm definitely gonna have one today. Where can they reach the IFG company?
At www.isg.com. I'm sorry, ISGXW, ISGXW.com, and you can reach us there for your personal protective equipment. We sell online. We just did an event on Saturday with TSU, trying to get it out to the community, the elder people in the community, so they know. Because one of the things we try to do is have low-cost product, so that it's reachable to everybody. That's kind of a central theme for me with the cigars and the mask and hand sanitizer business. And in the hand sanitizer business, we're doing business locally as well as we're doing international. So we work with different companies that pivoted, spirit companies. So I use my spirit relationships. They started producing hand sanitizer.
Okay,
so to help some of these guys out, I just went and bought a bunch of it and say, hey, we'll sell it across our website. You make a little bit, I'll make a little bit, and we'll do something good for the community.
Man, that's good. That's awesome, man. Especially in this time with with the COVID situation and how it impacted the African American community more than others. We're seeing more deaths in the African American community, especially amongst our elderly group.
You're absolutely right. I mean, we represent about 23% of the population, but 24 to 25% of the COVID deaths. And this past Saturday, it was around 130,000 deaths. That translates into about 28,000 deaths in the African American community. So, just kind of let that absorb for a minute and you get away from 20, 24, 25% percentage-wise, but actual deaths.
Right, the numbers.
Right. I just was watching CNN before I came over, and in Brazil, and I've worked in Brazil as well, they're digging graves, like 8,000-9,000 graves every week, and people they're burying so many people. The funerals only can be 10 minutes. They bring the bodies in that quick.
What?
I just saw this on CNN before I came over here.
Wow.
So it's a real deal.
Wow. It's amazing, man. It's definitely a scary time when you think about just this era that we're living in right now, and how it's impacting us and how it's impacting everybody differently as well. the young versus the old, and so I'm glad that. What are some of the other? I mean, have you guys done anything else, to give back to the community with what you guys have been doing?
So we've worked with one nursing home in Dallas, and we donated masks to that nursing home in Dallas, and we haven't had a lot of requests come in. We took the approach of just trying to make our product reasonable and reach as many people as we can. So, if we get calls in from people that know us, we pretty much honor every call, that we can afford to.
Right.
Because we're just a small company. The reason we got into it because Mayor Turner back in March said, I'm paying $7 a mask and the city can't afford it. And he actually said, if someone's out there that could do something better, I literally got on the phone with my contacts and I had masks in 48 hours.
There it is.
At a lower price because I'm in the business.
Right.
I'm in the business of sourcing. I tell people, I used to, do stuff at school, career day, and kids would ask me, what have you not done? I said, I think the only thing I have not sourced is body parts.
Wow.
And I said, give me an hour and I can find
because they out there.
They out there.
They're out there for sure. Yeah, some crooked people out there doing some stuff like that on the black market for sure.
So we wanted, and we called the mayor's office and let them know we had product, and our goal was, we don't want to see the city get gouged like that. I understand the business, and so what we wanted to do was make those international connections where the product was coming from, and then source it and bring it in at a reasonable cost. And so that's what we've been trying to do. We haven't tried to really sell in masses. We just tried to make it available so that everybody has the opportunity to protect themselves. Like I told a group on Saturday, just make sure you have your personal protective plan. And what do I mean by that? Make sure you can protect yourself when you go out, mask, gloves, some type of face covering, and then think about 4 or 5 weeks from now, do I have enough stuff if this thing kind of kicks up a little higher? Because remember our first wave, if you waited, you couldn't get a mask, you couldn't get gloves, you couldn't get hand sanitizer, you couldn't get any of that. And because I'm an old military guy, my whole team, I went to the liquor store and I bought up grain alcohol, went on the internet, CDC tells you how to make all of this stuff. So I got grain alcohol and bleach in my garage, so I'm ready for the next kickup.
Right.
Fortunately, I got my own stuff because I sell it. But, it's possible to survive during this time frame if we ever get to where the shelves are bare. And in some cases, like Costco and other places, they still got shortages.
Yeah.
Because every couple of weeks, they say it's back, boom, it's gone.
Yep. It's just like that. Everybody was taking all the toilet paper and all that.
That one I still don't understand. Somebody call in to help me understand that.
And somewhere there's somebody with 2 closets full of toilet paper for no reason.
No reason. I'm like, somebody got diarrhea?
For real, for a long time.
Is that a symptom of COVID?
That was crazy, man. That definitely was a crazy time when all of that was happening. And but I'm glad to see that you guys are doing so much more to, for the community and what you guys are doing with your brand, man. I think is excellent, man. I wish you guys so much success, man, in doing this, man. And what's the next move for Emperor's Cut right now, other than releasing the Jazz series?
Before I answer that question, I'd just like to add one more thing. So we have a concept at Emperor's Cut. It's called Share a Wallet. We do business with people that do business with us. So we try to recycle the money in the community. So our lounges all over the country, whoever we're doing business with, we try to purchase from them all types of cigar accessories. We buy cigars whenever we want to smoke something different. We go buy cigars from the places that support us. So we've tried to do those things. And small entrepreneurs in the city that if they make T-shirts or jewelry or anything like that, we sit down. We do 2 things. We try to purchase from them if we can. If not, we consult with them. And everything that we know, I ask my team to give it to anybody that wants it. So we don't try to hide the knowledge. We have people come up to us all the time. How to start a cigar business? How you do this? Well, let's talk about how to start a business, and then you can determine which way you want to go. And we'll give you at least 30 minutes to an hour.
Wow, that's good. Now, see, that's powerful. That in and of itself is very, very powerful. And people may not understand that.
And what we challenged ourselves, Al, we put on our website that we will do business with people that want to do business with us and respect the African American community. But not only that, we will develop a scorecard and we will measure what we're going to do. So I've challenged my team that we will produce a scorecard that said we've done business with these number of companies. Here are our next set of objectives, and quarter to quarter hold us accountable.
Wow, that's good, man. Accountability, being able to hold you guys accountable, and just being a part. I'm sure that's welcoming and warming all by itself that you guys do that, and you take those steps to be, that accountable, to be that transparent.
Right.
I think that is truly awesome, man. So we definitely want to encourage our listeners and all the people who are watching on Facebook and the website and those places who are checking us out, man. Go to isgxw.com.
Yes.
So go get you some cleaning supplies and masks, right? Some hand sanitizer and some masks. We want to support, since today is the blackout. Y'all definitely go out there and purchase, and then definitely cop you some cigars. You gotta get you a stick while you're in the house anyway.
That's right.
You ain't doing nothing anyway. Go on and sit outside, or if you smoke inside, I don't. But go ahead and get you a box for your special. A friend or special somebody or whatever, and go ahead and enjoy that, or enjoy them for yourself. They're definitely out here for you to do. So when was the Jazz Series going to launch?
We hope to have the Jazz Series on the ground in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's already done, and because of COVID, we're just waiting for transportation to get it over here. And then you'll probably see a marketing campaign come out in about 3 to 4 weeks, talking about the Jazz Series. We developed that line, and we were inspired by jazz. We have a lot of jazz enthusiasts on the team, so we have a stick called the Miles. We got a stick called the Dizzy. And it's a full body cigar. A lot of our customers are between medium and full, and so after about a year and a half, they've said, hey, we need something that's a little bit stronger. So we got on a plane and started searching around. And we got in country in the Dominican, and we literally was riding down the road, and we call it just trying to be inspired by what we're doing, and we were just mixing up cigars in the van, literally in our head, because again, we think in layers of flavor. What are we hearing from our customers? We got notes from our customers. We got our own ideas, and we just go in the factory and start blending cigars up for 3-4 days.
Wow.
And then we come out and we leave most of them, let them cure for 4 or 5 weeks. Then we get them and we start smoking them all over. It took us a year to bring this new blend to market.
Wow.
Yep. Matter of fact, June of last year is when we started it.
That's a real process, man. That's a long process, man. That is awesome.
Yes.
Man. Well, man, it's definitely, man, it has truly been a delight, Darnell, man, having you on the show. I myself want to thank you again for the box of the natural pleasure. Man, I'm looking forward to digging in myself. Let people know right now, where can they find you guys? Where can they go and buy some cigars? How does that work for them? Tell them what they need to do.
So you can find us at www.emperors-cut.com online, and in most of the major cities, you can find us at your cigar shop.
Okay.
And for the mass business, you can find us at www.isgxw.com. We'll take care of your mask and sanitizer needs as best we can for you.
All right, well, there it is, folks. You heard it right here on the Cutting Edge. My man, Darnell Street. Again, man, thank you so much, man. It's been a delight, man. Even though you like Prince, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right, man.
Tell the listeners you're gonna spend some time with me and not cut me off, man. Tell them, man. Come on, Al. Tell them.
Man, we gonna get it together. We gonna get right, bro. We gonna get right, man. I want to thank you again for coming on to the show, man. Guys, go check out Emperor's Cut. Go buy you some sticks. Also, go cop those masks and sanitizing, hand sanitizer if you need it as well. You guys, we'll be back on this show tomorrow right here on the Cutting Edge, right here at 1540 AM, 101.7 on your FM dial. Glad, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, peace.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.